Dear students, now we learn several features related to the web designing using Microsoft Expression Web 4.0. Today let us see how to use the tables in web designing and for the several layouts. To begin with, in the menu you can go to table, insert table, and type here how many rows you want and how many columns we want. Okay, let us take for sample, we want 7 rows and 5 columns. And the layout alignments, okay, here is the alignments, left, right or center. And let us think about see the difference afterwards by initially keep it as a default and floating default. So the specific width, if we want a specific width, we will mention here. This is in 100%, or we can make it to the fixed pixel size. Okay, let us see with the 100% initially. And this is a cell padding, cell spacing. So here we also keep the border size of the table. Okay, let us make this border size 3, and this is the border color. Let us keep some blue color border. Okay, here this is the background of the table. So background of the page, this will be the background of the table. Let us pick up some sample light brownish color. So this we are doing for to check the difference. Okay, so instead of choosing the background color, we can also choose the background picture. So to choose the picture, we check this mark and browse and select the picture. And after selecting all these features, we click OK. Okay, now you can see the blue border and background brown, and this is the 100% table with 7 rows and 5 columns. Okay, here we can also adjust whenever we want to adjust. Okay, the cell spacing, the cell equally distributed width. When we want to adjust, we will adjust accordingly. Or we can also right click and cell properties. We can go to cell properties here. This is a specific width. If we want a specific width, we type here. We want this second column with a 20%. Let us say we want this column in 20%. So when we click OK, the specific size 20% is added. If you want to change, let us see by changing, let us make it 40%. The other space will be equally distributed among the other columns. So this is the 40% of this area. Okay, so like this we can change the table properties and cell properties. Okay, here we can also specify specific size, border size for this particular cell. Okay, here for this border, for this particular cell, we can also arrange border with a different color. Okay, let us make it red color. So this is the for this selected cell specific background. We can select here the different color border, click OK. So in the beginning we arranged the table properties. Now we saw the cell properties. So like this we can change the table properties and also cell properties. Okay, let us see one more feature of the table. We want to merge these 4 cells to make it as a one cell. Right click, select the cells and right click, select the cells and you can go to table, modify, merge cells. So when we select this option, we can merge the cells. In the same way, we can also merge the columns. Okay, so let us see how to merge the columns. Here, select the columns and right click. Sometimes modify and merge cells. So here you can see the difference. So this is a splitted cells, this is a merged cell. Okay, let us modify and split the cells. We can also split the cells. So when we are splitting within this selected cell, with how many columns we want to split. Let us split this into 2 columns. So that the cell will be splitted into 2 columns. And let us split some rows, this cell into different rows. Here split the cell and specific number of rows and select here number of rows. We want to make 5 rows here. Then the cells will be added according to our requirement. So like that we can merge the cells, we can split the cells. So this feature, when we finish this, we can preview in the browser. And when we want to preview in browser, we need to save it before we preview. Okay, this kind of table. Okay, another thing, we want to see the difference. Let us come outside and make another table with 80%. Okay, let us go to table, insert, let us say 2 column, 2 rows. Now we are not doing 100%, we will do for 80% table. And alignment, so here you can see the difference. Let us keep center alignment and we can just keep this cell padding and cell spacing. Okay, let us leave it as it is. Let us check OK, so that we can see another table is added here. Okay, let us make the different background for this table. So When you want to change the properties of the table again, select the table. Make sure your cursor is in the table and right click. You can go to table properties to modify the table properties. So let us choose the border size and choose the border color and choose the background color. This is only for because when it is similar color we cannot see the difference. So let us select some different color for this table. Okay, now click OK. You can see now this table is 80%. The rest of the 20%, because we mentioned center alignment, so the rest of the 20%, 10% is here and 10% is here. So whenever you resize the browser, automatically the space will be adjusted. And here you can see this is a 100% width table, this is a 80% width table. Let us see how it looks in the browser. Preview in browser. Now you can see this appears like this in the browser. When you resize the browser, you can see the difference. Automatically, whenever we are resizing, it is adjusting automatically. And now I want to tell you one more thing, because here this is, we fixed the cell width, and that's why this is, you can see the difference. Okay, here this is occupying 80% of the browser width, and this above table is occupying 100% of the browser width. Okay, that is the okay. Now let us try to insert some pictures or content. So in this, within the cells we can type content, we can, because this is for making layout of the page. This table will help us to make the layout of the table, layout of the page. Sometimes whenever we are designing, we need some different layouts. So this table will help to arrange the layouts of the, okay, here let us specify this time, leave it as a default and make it as a pixels. So let us make this as a 500 pixel size, and cell padding, let us make it cell spacing, and let us make the size of the border, this is to see the difference, and select the different color and background color, and click OK. Now see, because we choose 500 pixel width and default alignment. Default alignment is left alignment, and when we resize the browser in preview, it looks like this. So now you can see the table is, the cell is at a 500 pixel width. So you can see this is a 80% width, whereas this is a 500 pixel width. So we are specifying the table properties here. So this will help us to make the layout of the page as well. Hope this will help to understand the table properties and cell properties. Thank you.